actually built these quite a while ago, and I built them first of all so that I could have something to play with at my house that didn't disturb my neighbors. So I can run this thing at 10 o'clock at night, and my neighbors won't complain at all. Basically, I'd like to, just introduce people to electric vehicles so they can see the potential in them. And doing it in a small scale seemed like the easiest way to do it.
Right.
So, and it's something that actually kids could drive. And you get the next generation of drivers interested in electric vehicles at a young age. They're not going to be, against it when it comes time to buy a car and stuff. They're going to realize how cool they are and how, functional they are and how amazingly fast they can be. And these karts are really quite fast. I basically built like a little tiny electric sports car. It doesn't have any extra stuff on it like, the concession carts, the rental carts. Those carts are weighed down. They have to make those carts like tanks because people crash into each other and into the walls. And they need bumpers, they need roll bars, they need seat belts. I just wanted to take everything to the minimalist and the cart, the tires and the steering wheel. That's all I wanted, and that's pretty much what I built. And they're an amazing toy. It's a lot of fun, and I would love to try to find a way to produce them and get them to the market.
Let's take a look at it.
Okay.
So sort of walk us through what we're looking at here.
All right. Well, the controller is an All-Trax controller. It's mounted between your legs. Front and rear disc brakes. 48 volts, two 12 volts on each side. Right now they're lead acid. Just cost-wise, that's kind of the effective way to go. Lithium ion is still a bit too pricey. The motor is an advanced DC motor. We built this custom casing to carry most motors are mounted to a faceplate, and that's all they are. They mount on one side. You got to have like probably 3/8 inch steel mount. So I wanted to run this thin, basically axle carrier into the motor mount metal. So we had to come up with a way to take the weight of the motor and carry it over to the other side of the frame. So we built this can that's a structural can, and it also air can come down through here, and it comes in this side, and it hits this back and gets sucked through by the fan, and then it exits out this way. So it helps with cooling also. Rear disc brake, just a voltmeter. This is a kill switch. These batteries are actually dead right now. But this emergency kill, just everything's dead. And
how long did it take you to build it?
Well, it was, I got a regular job, so it was weekends. But this one, I think I was working on another project, another personal project at the time, so I probably sketched the frame for a year on weekends and in my spare time until I actually came up with this design, and I'm really, happy with it. And so I bent up the tubing, and my buddy helped me weld them all together, and we probably, maybe another 6 months to a year to build one of them, just because like I said, it was a weekend project.
Right.
And spreading it out also helped with the cost, so I didn't buy everything at once. I basically pieced it together, and when you spread it out over a year, it's not that bad. So, and then we built the second one, and it's a little more spacious than this. This one fits me perfectly. I'm 5'9". I have some friends that were over 6 feet. Their knees were bent a little far. So my second one that I built has 4 more inches of leg room. It's actually quite comfortable, even for someone that's 6'2" or 6'3", can fit in it quite easily. And they're a blast to drive, and I would love to find a way to bring them to market. It's kind of a little tough to figure that out as far as, when you go to a machinist and you have him make, he doesn't want to make 10 parts. He doesn't even want to make 100 parts. He wants to make thousands of parts. Right. So you need thousands of orders to get the cost down. I believe I could bring a base model in without the front disc brakes, with the smaller controller, and it would be something that, you could start building from, but I'd be hoping to bring it in around 5,000, and you could go probably all the way up to 10,000, which is $8,000 to $10,000 is the price of a 125 shifter kart, which this thing will accelerate just as fast, if not faster, up to 40. I got them geared to do 40 because I designed them to run in tight places, warehouses, and you know, small little spaces. So, you know, they're not designed to race against a 125 shifter kart. If you're going to a track, they don't have emissions problems and you don't have noise problems. So take a regular kart, but they're designed to race in places where you'd never take a regular kart. You know, so. And it would be something where all the frames would be the same, so it would be buildable for you. So maybe, you know, if you started with the low end model, you could get the front disc brakes later. You could get the bigger controller. You know, you could get the better batteries.
Sort of like a kit. An upgraded
Yeah,
kit.
yeah. I'd really like to build them like that.
Yeah.
We used as many standard go-kart components as we could, but a lot of it, you know, was handmade, and you know, the frame and the pedals, you know, even the bumpers all have to be custom made because of the size, the axle.
So do you have like a website or something where people can find out more?
Yeah, it's pitracer.net, and we're just kind of getting it up. There's not a whole lot there right now, but we'll be adding to it, and there'll be there's a link to contact me if you got any questions. I'm not sure about sales right now. We'll just, you know, we're here to see what kind of interest people would have in this thing, and the response has been really quite good, and we'll see where we can go with it.
Thank you very much. Lots of luck.